Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Todd. How are you doing this morning?
Howdy.
Good morning, Pedlin. So, how's things down in the great state of Texas today?
Oh, it's summertime. I did my mowing yesterday, so I'm a little stiff this morning.
Is it the Are y'all getting those? Are y'all getting a lot of hot weather right now?
Oh, not like it's gonna get, but plenty hot.
Right.
I think it got up to like 93, 94 yesterday, and that's pretty normal for early June, late
Right.
June.
Right.
But pretty soon, here in July and August and September, it's gonna zoom above 100 degrees some. But we're used to that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, I have a question.
Okay. Good morning, Jake.
Do you think we can make it through today's show without talking about AI?
Absolutely. Even though you just talked about it.
I know, but I mean that's been all we've talked. I mean, that's been at least half of what we talked about in the shows the last.
You going to you going to go see your girlfriends today?
I don't know. I got so much stuff, but I probably will.
You know they've got to see you. Good morning, Mr. Bump.
Yeah, bless their little hearts.
Good morning, Javis. Um, it's the title of the show today is "Don't Forget Your Coupon. Use it or lose it because June is running out. If you still haven't used it." Hello, Anissa.
What's a coupon? Is that like a coupon?
Yes, like a coupon.
Coupon.
Coupon. Uh, Anissa wants a cha-ching today. Yeah, he's got to go see his girls. He's got to give them some sweet loving.
I don't think they're shutting down for Juneteenth, but
What day is Juneteenth?
tenth
Teeth. What time is it? I mean, what day is it?
today.
Oh, I thought it was on the 16th. Okay, well, I was wrong for once.
So the post office is shut down today. Banks are probably shut down too.
Uh,
So I don't think the Lutherans will shut down, but I guess they could. There's not a lot of reason to shut down. We can celebrate Juneteenth right along with the Lutherans, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I was looking to see what thoughts going to be closed.
Yeah, if you ship UPS, that's an option today. Bridget mentioned, oh, last week sometime, she mentioned that if you use UPS and you send it ground saver, they're only offering $20 insurance on those shipments. $20 free insurance. which compares to the USPS offers $100 insurance, and FedEx offers $100 insurance, and UPS has $100 insurance if it's not ground saver. So folks might want to understand that when you're using UPS ground saver, that you're only getting $20 insurance. I don't know about that, Anissa. It seems like if the package is just lost, they would give you the full amount that you claim on the claim.
I mean, lag. Ping. What?
But I don't use UPS because my nearest drop off is 15 miles away. Wonder if your recycling place is open today. I don't know. Some businesses will probably close for Juneteenth, and
I don't think so.
if your recycling place is like government run, it's probably shut down.
Solid waste services in the city of Charlotte are not running today. Most businesses are open.
Getting lots of rain over there, huh, Nessa?
Mecklenburg County government's closed for today. City of Charlotte's closed. Offices are closed for today.
When you use ground saver shipping on Amazon, you can't buy any insurance. Well, I don't sell on Amazon, so I'm not going to worry about that myself. But Bridget said we might bring that up as one of the show topics, that they're only offering $20 insurance on ground saver packages. The UPS. So there, I fulfilled my obligation to Bridget. Anyway, so I'm starting to get through quite a bit of the listings from that Waco school demolition.
How's the microscopes going?
I'm getting them listed. I have sold one microscope.
Well, good. Are you having to do individual listings on every one of them?
No, I've got like 20 of the same kind.
Yeah, but I didn't know whether because
so I reused the pictures, but changed one picture to the different serial number.
Right.
I always put, if something's got a serial number, I always put a picture of it in the listing. So if I get a return that's a switcheroo, I haven't had a switcheroo in like 4 years, so I do have one. No, I have two little bitty boxes of slides, so I should probably include a couple of slides with each. Oh, it's real easy, Jacob. Or Jabus, they're made out of steel, so it'd be tough to just break them like glass. And I just get out the 16 by 12 by 8 boxes. And that gives lots of room around the sides and bottom and top to put a bunch of packing paper in with it.
Like, what do you do with slags? Slags. What do you do with slags? What do you do with slides?
That's what he uses to put his powdered cocaine on and then get a razor blade and scoot it back and forth,
Okay.
into a
Well,
line.
well, if that's all he's got, then he doesn't have enough to waste the time to. If he's using a dadgum microscope slide, he needs at least a dadgum 12 by 12 mirror.
I think the slides that I have are like ones that are already made up by like some education thing.
Right.
Todd watches too many movies. Yep.
Good morning, Texas.
Well, that's what they did on. What was that movie? Say hello to my little friend. He was
Yeah.
doing lines of cocaine there.
Just about every 70s show, I mean, not 70s, 80s movie had a scene.
So yeah, I got out a piece of paper and I'm tracking my sales from the Waco deal. So far, I've got $696 sold, not including shipping.
How much did you have in it?
And so eBay gets 13% of that. I spent about $1,200 for it all.
Okay. So you're still running in the red.
Yeah, let's see, 696
Good morning,
times
Vintage. Is it storming out there? I hate to hear it.
0.8.
Being,
So about 591 net. Scarface, yeah. So I've made over $500 net sales. But the vast majority of what I have is not sold. And I've probably got, I don't know how many left to list. Quite a bit. I got to find a power cord for this steam engine. It's cool. He gone. I don't know what you hook it up to. It's got a little pulley here. I guess you could run a like a belt from it to power something else, but I don't know what you would hook to it. So you put water in, and it's got a little I don't have the power cord. I gotta find one of those, the old coffee pots with the two-prong. I gotta find a power cord for it. And yes, I will power it up once I find one. Maybe the Lutherans will have one today. That type of power cord isn't used much anymore. This is like a scientific demonstration thing from like the 1940s, I think. Made in the USA. don't think they put a date on the bottom.
Sorry, we just lost internet for a few minutes.
Okay.
What's on the bottom?
It's called an Empire number 45. And it looks like it's got a whistle on the top, and there's a little lever here you pull down on it, but the handle part of the lever is broken off. So you can let some of the steam go through the whistle.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, but I don't know where I would get a replacement lever for it so you could actuate the steam part. It's got a spring you could push, a spring button you could push, but when it's fired up, that's going to be hot. So I suppose you could take like a screwdriver or something and push on it. And I think part of this little part here isn't correct. It's got a screw in there, or a machine screw in there instead of, I think it's supposed to have like a pressure release there or something. I don't know. But anyway, it'll be worth something to somebody.
Uh,
But yeah, more projects. I need more projects. Yeah, I don't go to the thrift stores, Javis. I could order a cord for it, but let's see.
Todd, here is a. Is that what you got right there? It's coming through. It's in the chat.
Yep, that's it. I'm missing that little see
Pressure
the
release?
red thing that's sticking up like
Yeah.
a smokestack?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I got a couple little things like that.
Yeah. That new computer store that we have in Charlotte is like Radio Shack.
Well, the Lutherans sell power cords for like $1 or $2, so I'll see if they got one that'll fit it. Maybe I can get it fired up today. I should do a video in case it explodes in my face. I'll have evidence.
What were you want to fire? What do you want to fire up?
The steam engine.
Oh, is it electric?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why would I need a power cord if it's not electric?
I don't know. I remember I was gone for a few minutes, and when I came
Oh,
back,
yeah, it's got the two prong.
okay.
Two prongs are about, how far are they apart? Maybe I should measure that. Take me a ruler with me to the Lutherans. They're like 3/4 of an inch apart. I think any old two prong power cord like that would work if it.
Is it shaped like an eight? The the outside of the plug.
No.
Okay.
It's just looks like that.
Okay. I tell you what, I was looking at the pictures on that link I just had. Man, with that cord that they got, it kind of looks old.
Yeah, some of those old cords with the braided insulation on the outside
Yeah.
probably burn your house down. Oh yeah, I should just take a photo instead of carrying a ruler. Jabez, that's a good idea. God, why didn't I think of that? I
Well,
hate it when other people are smarter than me.
you're going to need to measure the holes between if you find one that sort of works.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Stick a Go buy the Dollar General, get you $1.75 ruler and stick it in your back pocket. You know, schoolhouse ruler.
Oh, I got rulers. I buy so much box lot stuff. Okay, got me a picture. Lag's got a link to everybody's stores.
Like scary.
He's scary.
He's he's a stalker. She's a stalker. It's a stalker. Whatever. They are a stalker. You don't think.
Hey,
Anyhow,
get your
I guess Mr.
that link lag shows two different ones. One of them's hot air motor. Was it just work off of hot air without steam? I don't know how that would work, but I
Yeah.
guess it would.
Be sure and put a big old disclaimer on it. Not tested. Use at your own risk. You don't want some chap to get scalded and then
Oh,
go.
I'll test it.
Oh, will you?
Yeah,
With
that's why I'm getting a
with it,
power cord.
what's the with the little pressure valve thing?
I don't know.
Is there
I'll
one on YouTube already?
what?
That little um, steam
Like
engine.
like a video?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Empire.
Jabez, your mind is in weird places this morning, Jabez.
There's one, but that's not like yours. Well, that's just cool as hell. Sorry.
What?
Uh, Here. That's not yours, but that's one like it. I mean, that's an Empire steam engine.
Yeah, that one's kind of an upright model.
Yeah. Is that? Well, it had to be electric. I was looking to see if. Uh,
I mean, it's got pretty much the same parts, except
yeah.
the one I have lays down sideways.
Um. Anyway, those are cool. Uh, Nikki's dad or Nikki's family, Poplar Picker. They're big into the steam engine thing. Only, I think she said her dad's got one of the largest steam tractors still in existence, and it is huge.
Yeah.
And it takes like three people to keep that, and it's fire fed, keep that thing stoked up.
Yep.
So anyhow, so how was your sales yesterday?
I had a banger day yesterday.
$556.
Uh, Pretty close.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I'm psychic today.
Let's see. Yesterday, uh, 619.
Wow, that's 3 days or almost 3 days of your average that you want to hit.
Uh, Not quite, but more than double for sure.
Yeah.
But I had a couple of interesting pieces go out.
Right.
I sold a model train set for 170.
Nice. What scale?
HO.
Okay.
What else did I sell yesterday? I had like 8 orders, but I sold a hot plate stir for $100.
Well, that's good.
Sold a microscope for $42.50. I sold those Oakley sunglasses I got at the Lutherans last week for $52.99.
Laggy would like to know what's the most expensive thing you've sold. That watch?
Yeah, that watch. I'm gonna have to go some to beat that watch. That Mason's watch
Right.
sold for 6,800.
A couple of $100 for some action figures.
Yeah, you notice that, did you, Jabus? Yeah, those hot plates all had stains all over the plate part. Kids' projects boil over and they just leave them to stain.
Right.
So for 20, 30 bucks a piece, I'll clean them. I'm not so rich that I won't clean a $25 item.
Right. You sold cars on eBay, Jabus? How was everybody's sales in the chat?
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I sold a Nikon Coolpix for $120 yesterday. So yeah, $600 day yesterday. Bam. Take that. Dang,
Speaking,
Anissa. That's good.
dang, and this is rich.
Slaying it. I wish I
All
was slaying it.
perfumes.
I'm not slaying it.
Um, Speaking of cars, man, those things, used cars are out of this world. My son's needing to replace his Honda, and he's been looking at cars, and Roberta and I both been looking at cars. It's just ridiculous. I told him we might as well go ahead and buy a new one for the price of the used ones.
Cars
Yeah,
are higher up
well,
there.
he don't have much of a choice, Jabus.
Cars have been high since the big C started.
Yeah, that's the reason we have the Mazda. We were going to buy a used car, and we couldn't find any. And of the ones that they had, they were wanting the price of a new car. So we just went ahead and bought a new car, and we've been real happy with it. Wow, that's nice, Pink. Yeah, that's it. Well, his is not that it was an accident or anything. His was that it's just starting to cost a lot of money in repairs because it's a 2001, which he got from my mother, and it literally was driven to the grocery store, the hairdresser, and church by a little old lady. Because my mom will be 90 years old this year. Okay, is it 92 this year? 91. I'd say my wife knows how old my mother is. I knew she was in the 90s. Uh, anyway, things are starting to go bad, and it's kind of get hard to find parts for it. So Greta, it's time for Greta to go bye bye. That's what my mom always called her, Greta, because she said the front of it, the headlights on it looked like that Greta, what's her name on Fox News? I don't know. I guess it's an old lady thing. But yeah, cars are, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, you do need to call her, Jameis.
I can go
Tell her
get
all.
some more coffee.
Go ahead. The people at the Queen City Picker Show said, and Friends Show said, "Happy birthday, happy birthday! It's your special day. Come and hang out with us, and we'll have a great play." Hey, that was it. That's my rhyming. Uh, but yeah, I was just amazed at how much cars with 170,000 miles. They're wanting 40,000 bucks for them, especially those Toyotas. Well, people make fun of my '08 Saturn, but you know what? It goes, and I had no payments, and my insurance and taxes are cheap on it. And because it's a mid-sized SUV, you can put a lot of crap in it. Yeah, my brother took my brother and his youngest brother and his wife took my mother and his mother-in-law to Savannah, and they once they got to the hotel, they used Uber to get around in. It was just easier for them. I figured you were talking about 200. Good morning, Sue. How are you this morning? Yep. Happy birthday. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I guess our friend Mr. Beard, there it is. Sorry. No, we've been having connection problems this morning. It keeps going down, which is what I do like about this show. I mean, about EV Mux. Good morning, Doug and Roe. Is that like that connection? If I go out, the show keeps running, and so I've got to figure out. There's a way I can make Todd co-host, and he can end the show. He can bring people in and all that man. So I need to figure out how to do that. Yeah, lag. I'm sure. Let's see. I'm on the edge of my seat. This is revealing. I'm sorry. I know it's just
Bum, bum.
Doug. How's things out in the big city? I froze up. I mean, I glitched out. No service while you were gone, Todd.
Oh, great.
So there was all these comments about I'm on my edge of my seat. Blah 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 blah.
Uh, don't you have good internet service?
I can't say. We have excellent.
Bum, bum, bum.
Actually, lag. I know you're lying because I just finished um, burning a lot of stuff to CDs or DVDs actually. Because my oldest tells me I'm gonna have to get another motherboard because they're stopping supporting 10.
Busy at his day job.
Don't say that word. Do not say that word, Doug.
Yeah, Doug, we're not talking about AI today. This is the anti-AI show. Not anti-AI, just we're tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
I think AI's gotten more talk lately than elections did back in November.
You know, they keep having the Mac Minis on sale. Lag for like $529.
Bum, bum, bum.
Never. Mr. Sadie, we will not have that language today. Don't do what? Lag.
Perky AI.
Go Mac. Apparently, a lot of gaming companies are starting to really get into the Mac conversion. I mean,
What, like they take PlayStation games and convert them over so you can play them on your Mac?
yeah.
Huh.
Oh, mostly Windows based. Windows based. Uh, how did you get that, Doug? If you're really not, or you just say that to be modest, that you're not really that proficient in it. Should I? I can't time him out because he's. I'm taking moderations from away from everybody. Can't ban or mute a chat owner or moderator. Oh Lord. Um, I was going to ask something and I totally went blowing right out of my mind. Oh, yeah, apparently the government's jumping ship from Windows going to. I was reading an article where they're going to be buying like 30,000 computers that are set up to run. What's the other operating system? Not Mac, not Windows. Linux. Yeah, Linux machines. Because they've got so many old computers and they can't go to Windows 11, so they're jumping ship altogether. What's your take on that, lag? Since you're Mr. Computer Person and Mr. Willow Stick Salesperson, Jake. Oh, you? Okay, Jake jumps right in there. Linux sucks. No, not DOS. Which I always liked Windows 97 and everybody and 98, but people were giving it hell. So I don't know what all that was about. It always did what I wanted. Unix sucks. Or Linux sucks.
Jabe is good at cha-ching.
Good. Jojo, how are you doing today? Been a long time. The kids keeping you busy. You got them locked in the closet since summer's out, so you can. I mean, school's out, so you can kind of have a minute to yourself. Well, maybe they can lock it down so people are not getting paid $100,000 a year to watch porn during the day.
Learn vibe coding.
Okay.
Okay, gotta Google that.
That's what I'm doing too.
Don't,
Vibe.
don't have any idea what vibe coding is.
Uh, Vibe coding. Vibe coding is an approach to producing software by using artificial intelligence, where a person describes a problem in a few natural language sentences as prompted to a large language model, tuned for coding.
So anybody can just go to AI and say, make me a program and install it on my computer that does this and this.
I just chat GPT'd, where can I find lag? And it came back with, we're sorry, we can't complete your request due to blockage by the United States government. So there you go. Um, Hang
Lag
on.
works for the government.
No, he's hiding out. So Jabez got a cha-ching. Jabez. Well, that's what they were saying, that they were did an audit of people's internet access, and apparently a lot of that was going on. We have advanced engineers at our company making 300,000 a year in 4K. Yeah, shut up, lag. We're not going there because because Doug is just a every once in a while viewer and guest. We're allowing him a little luxury of discussing AI, but you are banned. We're not having that. Yeah, I hope Josh is successful at pushing through what he's working on. Um, and that's that. I hope he's successful at it. Todd's already been working on it, learning how
Work,
to do it.
working on what?
Josh's process. Damn, what?
His process.
Yeah, how you do it, how you use his AI.
No.
they're they're Doug.
You can't work on it. It's not live yet.
Yeah, yeah. We heard that yesterday during Scott's show. He fell, broke two teeth in his nose. Oh, sorry, that's not the link either.
He did
Sorry.
Josh did a live yesterday. He didn't seem all that bothered. Oh, I'll get my teeth fixed and I'll get my nose straightened.
Try that one. I don't even know where that shorts was taking you.
What are we doing?
Doug was asking for the link, and I punched. I don't know what that YouTube short goes to. Oh, that's the Steam engine, I think. Um, sorry. Uh, I need me a 56-inch monitor. Yeah. So anyhow, we'll. I hope he recovers well. Sue, sweet Sue, don't be saying naughty things like that. Okay. Um. Anyway, I hope Scott's procedure goes well today, so we can have happy Scott back, not irritable Scott. Uh, what's what's the difference? So your bride comes back on Saturday, Todd?
Sue says the first link was Tom's porn site.
Yeah, I saw that. I told her, I said, yeah, it would be real gentle with him.
He's skipping his way to the show.
You know, when I've had root canals done, I drove myself home from the doctor's office. No, he's not in the waiting room yet. He's got to ask AI how to shut down all the security features so he can jump on the show. Because lag's in it, and it's scared that he's going to try hacking his computer. Good morning, Mike. It's good seeing you. How's things in Florida? Aren't you back in Florida? Good morning, Hank. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in early. Mr. Sadie, aren't you supposed to be working or are you off today because, oh, your summer holidays? Or do you work all year round? Painting and fixing lockers and all that kind of stuff. I hear you, lag. Well, good, Hank. Somebody needs to. Oh, Juneteenth. Oh, okay. You get all the government holidays now.
So Juneteenth celebrates the emancipation enforcement.
He had like
Emancipation Proclamation was like 3 years before the Juneteenth deal.
look at here.
Da da da! It's Doug for real.
Hey, how y'all doing? Let me go ahead and I think I got you in two tabs. I don't want any echo for you guys. Can you hear me better now?
Yep. Where's the boss at?
Where's the boss?
Yeah.
Actually, she's working on another project right now.
She ain't got time for old man chat.
No, I'm just
And besides, I'm only on for a couple minutes. You guys are wrapping up in 5, aren't you?
yeah. So you've been staying busy with this new position you got?
Yeah. It's been it's been a super whirlwind. They because we're a company that's owned by another company, and we got a message from them like less than a month ago that says, "Hey, over the next couple of years, get sharp with AI and all that stuff." And just a few days ago, they sent us a message being like, "Actually, we want to know what your internal plan is by August, and we want to know what your external plan is by July this year." And it was like, okay, well that switched gears really quick. So yeah, it's gone from like a slow train leaving the station to kind of speedboat. Been interesting.
Do you have a team that's working on that, or is it just you?
Several teams, and they're having me coordinate the one for our client services team, but we've got like 3 or 4 AI teams now that have just popped up across the company. And if you were to look at us just a couple months ago, we had not even one full team that was working on it. So yeah, they're not playing around with that stuff.
So did they hire new people to help with that, or just assigning uh, the old people new tasks?
So we brought in a couple new individuals, but it's been a lot of what's the term they've been throwing around? I think it's a lot of upskilling, where they are taking individuals that were in other roles and just kind of getting them used to AI.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, just in general, man, it's been just a lot of conversations about that kind of stuff. Not even just in our company, but a lot of friends I've got are other companies are doing the same thing. It's weird times.
Like he's not been using this Grecian formula on his beard. That's why it's gray. Gray.
Oh, that savage lag.
I know.
Ooh.
First time you've been on here and anybody's shows in quite a while, and lag is just sticking the knife in and twisting it.
Oh man,
Oh
it's
wow!
all good, man.
You're
That
in
is all good.
the healthcare industry. Is that what you?
Yes. Yeah, specifically home health and hospice.
Okay.
And so like, yeah, I mean the stuff that they're working on, it's just it's just wild, man. I mean, I've been neck deep in AI stuff for months, and even I'm like, what what is even going on? Just it's incredibly fast paced, everything that's happening with it all. It's too much to digest, really. It's a lot.
I remember way back in the day when I didn't even have a computer at home, and our school district said, okay, teachers, we're going to start entering student grades and lesson plans on the computer. I'm like, well, you're going to have to show me how, man. I
Yeah.
mean, every 6 weeks we'd turn in a sheet with all the grades for the different classes, and then lesson plans. You just typed it out on a typewriter and turned it in, once a week, and to just type it out on computer was like, now what do I do?
Right.
Cop, copy and paste. That that's different.
It's so funny. Like,
I kind of liken it AI to that. It's just, well, you got to learn it. You got to learn it quick because you got to use it, and by the end of the first week of school. So
it is funny though. It's like, one of the number one memes that are going around right now for AI is, remember how teachers were saying that we need to learn all this stuff because we're not going to go around with the calculator in our pocket? Well, not only was that, a lie, but now I'm like concerned that that calculator is going to take my job. And it's like, okay, it's like, great. Yeah, it's like that escalated pretty quickly. It's been fascinating because my dad's 80, seeing his response to all this stuff, because he's pretty tech savvy, and even he's like, for all the stuff that's come down the line, it's been pretty jarring for him. When I was showing him how to use, so he's got the $20 paid version of ChatGPT on his phone. When I was showing him how he could have it give all of the information in the style of speech of the Lone Ranger, which was his childhood TV show that he grew up with, and it's saying, "Well, hi ho there," like, let's go ahead and we're gonna ride out and deal with this math problem. My dad was laughing so hard, like just the different stuff that they can do with it now. I mean, you could
Yeah.
have AI using the style of speech of Kermit the Frog tell you about the whole theory of relativity at a college grade level. I mean, that would be unconscionable that's possible even just like a year ago.
Kent,
Right.
what I was about to say was, so I had a history teacher, and she taught from a history book called Men and Nations. That's the name of the textbook. That's the only textbook I can remember the title to. But she taught all history from
God.
it, and so they wanted her to put in her lesson plan, and she said, "I don't write down my lesson plan. I've been doing this for 30 years. My lesson plan's in my head right here." "Well, you're going to have to write it out." And she said, "Well," he said, "by next year it'll be mandatory." She said, "Well, I'll be retiring at the end of the year." Because, I mean, she was old enough to retire anyway. But she said, "My lesson plan's in my head." But anyway, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying before we lost service. Uh,
because I work in the education department at my company and everything, and so yeah, I mean, you're used to running the trail, and you know what you're going to talk about in regards to the product and everything, and just like, well, just throw that out the window and get ready for all this, agentic AI and all those things. But it's really cool. One thing that Sam Altman said that, and he's one of the co-founders of OpenAI, who
right.
makes ChatGPT, and so he just said, in the tech industry, we used to always make fun of the guys that would have all these big ideas, but they were always looking for a team that would help them build it. And so we'd make fun of. I think he called them the idea guys. We made fun of the idea guys, and but he goes, now with the capabilities of AI, idea guys are going to have their place in the sun, and that is really cool. On the one hand, yes, for a lot of jobs at big companies, it could be something that is a very scary prospect. However, another way that you could possibly look at it, though, is that literally anyone is going to be able to take that spark of inspiration that they have, and they're going to have far more accessible tools to be able to accomplish that themselves without having to go out and pay for a whole team of people to get it accomplished and everything. That it
Right.
may, if it goes the right direction, it may be extremely empowering for an individual that wants to accomplish something. So I'm hoping it goes that way.
Like y'all, or so, if y'all don't like the fact that I drive a Saturn, an '08 Saturn, I'll tell you what. I want a Lincoln Navigator Black Label Edition. I want the dark burgundy with the gray interior. Um, so there. When you can buy me one of those, I'll get rid of the Saturn. Okay. So y'all just jump on it.
Man, chat's sassy today too. I don't
I
think I didn't see your comment there, Jabez.
They are they're getting out of control. There is a button over on my, y'all are there. Y'all can see it. There is a somewhere there is a button. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna start setting a damn goal over on my YouTube channel. If y'all going to be, y'all can hassle me all you want. Be sure and leave $5 bills over there in that goal. I mean, hey, Rodney Dangerfield, he made hundreds of millions off of being the most, abused guy in the comedy field. So I'm going
Yeah.
to the
How much
pay,
have you made at it?
not much. I'm going to the pay to play model.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah,
you're finally getting some love in the chat there, Tom.
yeah. I see that. He's sucking up, is what he's doing now. You
Oh
can't,
man.
Doug. Do not ever believe anything like says.
I'm still trying to figure out if lag actually even exists.
I
You know
think
that
he's an AI. I think he is an
So,
advanced AI.
oh
since
man.
Doug is here, I got to ask, do you think AI will take the place of your VA, virtual assistant?
Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, so it's kind of funny at this point. We really like our VA. I mean, he's done a lot for us. I'm definitely the kindest. Even as I'm looking at AI applications for our company, I'm always like, how can we just make it for a force multiplier for the solid folks we got working with us and everything? And I think the same approach is what I would prefer to take, at least with our VA. But I mean, we're also pretty pragmatic when it comes to the actual, just it being a legitimate business. One thing that's hard to kind of rectify right now is the fact that, some of these AI listing programs, they're offering it at like an extreme fraction of the price of what it costs for our AI, not AI, excuse me, our VA lister. And he does an excellent job. Like since we started using him, our sales are up like 35%. So that's been awesome. But some of these listing programs, I mean, they're saying that if you do it in high volume, that the listings will be like 7 cents a listing. Well, our VA is 75 cents a listing. Given the price point of our items, which tend to be like at least $25 for a lot of our stuff, it it still comes out really solid, especially because he takes such a load off our shoulders. But I mean, I think right now we're just kind of in the experiment phase where we're gonna try several different AI listers, see if it makes sense because we deal with clothing and we deal with such a high volume of clothing that we're trying to process. I think we're gonna give it a try, and I think the most ideal, if it would work out, is find a way to still use our VA, but have him own that whole AI process. And then it's one more thing that we just don't have to worry about
Right.
as much. We'd like to be able to pick and then just work on photos. And even right now, we're trying to find a way to have somebody local here be contracted for photos. Like we're trying to actually treat it like a, a real business where we can kind of have a measure of oversight, but let it be mostly operating without our direct involvement,
Right.
and instead of just owning our work. So we're trying to find ways that we can automate a little bit. We got into this for more free time, and so far because we still require my day job. Ro doesn't have to work now because she's at least work for the man because she's able to do this. So that's been awesome.
Right.
But yeah, right now because I've got my day job, it's like I don't have nearly as much free time. So that's the goal. If using a VA plus AI takes more time, um, or I should say rather gives us more time back, then we're going to go for that. If AI alone accomplishes all of that, that might be just the way that we have to go. But again, we really like our VA. We'd like to keep them running if we possibly could.
Good morning, Glenn. Baseball. This is Doug. He and his row. He and his row.
My
He
bro.
and his wife Roe are out in Cali. They're resellers, but like he just said, he has a full time job. Um, he pops in on occasion. It's been a while since you've been in.
Yeah, and sorry to keep you guys running so long. I just
But
wanted
that's
to
all
pop
right.
in and say hi, and you guys were talking about some very interesting stuff. Or I guess rather, you were trying very hard to not talk about some very interesting stuff.
Yeah,
So
it got kind of heated on Scott's channel yesterday. Go
I
back if you
saw
get
that.
time, turn it on and listen to the show yesterday. It was not heated. It was just
Oh, I was on with
loud.
all y'all. But it's funny when you guys are running your shows. I've got a pretty long commute to my job,
Right.
and so I'm in the car, and I'm dying to jump in there and ask some questions and participate in everything, but I also don't want to crash. So I just wait patiently until I can actually be at my job, and then I can text the chat. But usually by the time I arrive at my job, you guys are about to wrap up.
Are
So
are you having to go to the office every day now?
no, it's they seem to just plan it for whenever you guys have your shows on the day. No, but no, right now I go to the office usually about 2 days a week, often on like Wednesdays, and then it can vary on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But
Right.
I mean, just in general, they've got so many initiatives though that are going on that even if I'm working from home, I'm packed into live meetings. Just it's like
Right.
this, but for my actual workmates,
Right.
pretty full throughout the day. It's been exhausting, honestly. It's like by the time I shut the computer down at the end of the day, my brain is mush.
Roberta has to she has to go in. She can work from home 1 day a week, and the rest of the time she has to go in, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that seems like the bare minimum for people now. It's like that they at least want you 1 day.
Because all her people are in dadgum Denver.
Yeah,
You know, there's if she's there and everybody's in the office, there's nobody around her. One person, she works the same schedule Roberta does. You know, that's it. Everybody else is in California. I mean, in Denver.
yeah.
So anyway,
It's been interesting, but hey, well, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but
okay.
thanks for having me on, man. This was nice
Well,
to meet
before you go real
you.
fast, like, are you anywhere near any of the commotion that's going on out there? The
Not,
riots and whatnot.
that's a great question. Not too directly. So, we're about 45 minutes from LA,
Okay,
where the real activity's been going on.
right,
But like out here, because we're kind of right near Oxnard and Ventura,
right,
and so still, there's been a lot of stuff. If you go to like anywhere near the government buildings
right.
or some of the big city centers, and yeah, so it's been a bit of commotion. Like it has put a few extra minutes on my commute and everything because it backs up
Right.
traffic from where I'm at.
We've
But
had to put we've had to put trackers on ping to make sure she's not going down there and participating in it and all that.
oh, I know, yeah. Ping, if you're on Primo Chemo's show, Kelly Debs and a few others are.
Yeah.
Um,
Summer, I think Summer's out there somewhere too.
mm,
So y'all stay safe out there because there's crazies out there. There's crazies everywhere, but right now they're all around LA
Man, there is activity going on absolutely everywhere.
everywhere.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't keep up with it all, man. It's too much going on.
Charlotte has been real, and it's a very liberal Democrat city, but they have really locked down on that mess down here because they're wanting budget increases, so they can't be spending all this money for all this other BS. Anyway, thanks, Doug, for coming in. You're welcome anytime that you're available at home, and I'm sure Todd will let you come in and talk too on his show because since you go in on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's my show. But
I don't know. I'm
anyways,
kind of anti-perky, but okay.
it's that perky.
Well, you notice Beard has fun with me whenever I enter the chat. If you ever hear him go like "Hi, Dwayne" or "Hi, Daryl" or whatever, he's talking to me. Just so we're
Yeah.
clear. I don't know where that came from. I am always nice to Scott, and for some reason I'm getting the Daryl crap, whatever's going.
Oh, well, he's an
I was like,
equal opportunity abuser
how
for
I've
sure.
gotten the attention of Bearded is like it's very so. I've jumped in there. I've started calling him the bearded pickler, and he just ejects me. And I wait a few minutes, then I come back.
Well, thank you
Oh,
for coming in, Todd. Have fun at the ladies today. Put your high karate on. Go in there and shake it up. And thank you everybody in the audience, the chat, for coming and hanging out with us.
Phil just says it out loud. He's an asshole.
You know about Scott? Well, he's a
I
good
appreciate
asshole.
y'all very much. Actually, I really enjoy all your chat. Again, it's like my dad always loved that time when he was working his day job and everything, and he was just working for the state. But he always said he always liked that coffee shop time afterward
Right.
when the guys would get together and just have that chat. Y'all totally remind me of that, and it's a great way to start the morning, man. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Thanks.
Bye,
Thanks,
Deb.
everybody. Have a great day. Make
Bye,
some
y'all.
money.